Have you been overindulging in your vices during quarantine and COVID pandemic fun time? I know I have. In the back of my soul, heart, mind, whatever you want to call it, I really feel that the universe is testing all of us, and we all have our own battles to overcome, obviously. But I think I figured it out. I think I figured out how to get my shit together. And if you're willing to try something like this yourself, I think it would be beneficial to anyone. I'll break down exactly what I'm talking about right after this intro. So it seems super easy for us to kind of go down a rabbit hole during this time period of election shit going on, BLM, all that stuff, right? You know, however you feel about it, whatever, that's irrelevant. The point is, whichever side you're on, constantly having it go in our heads, it like depletes our energy. At least it does for me. Some people, maybe not. But I think on some level, it definitely does. And then if you dive deeper and get into like conspiracy theories and shit, which that's not what this channel is about. But there are certain conspiracy theories out there that, I don't know, might be true, might be some real shit. And there's a lot of facts and videos and all this sort of shit, articles that seem to point in the direction that a lot of shit's being uncovered this year. You know, and some of it, if you go down those rabbit holes, it can really deplete your energy and kind of freak you out a little bit. And then it's like, it's so easy. And I know I'm saying you, but understand that when I talk that way, I'm talking to myself. That's kind of the purpose of my channel. I'm trying to talk myself through this shit and get my mind together. So for me, when I go down those rabbit holes and I look into it, I try not to do it too much. In fact, I think my screen time on my phone has gotten a lot better over the last couple weeks. But I still find myself looking into this shit. And it affects my center core, chi, chakra, whatever you want to call it, and puts me in a place where I'm just kind of like, meh, I guess we'll go get some beer. And that's what happens, right? And there's been a couple times since my last upload that I may or may not have had a few hits of some weed. Nowhere near like what I used to do at all. So that's good. But it's not an excuse. I'm just calling what it is. I'm just saying what it is, right? So, but I do drink more than I should. And I have skipped some nights. I've gone, I think the most was 2 nights without. So, nothing to write home about, but considering there's been many nights where it was every night, and sometimes during the day too, going to the pool, bring a cooler down, and it's fun. It is fun. But it all boils down to the same shit. The same reason that I needed to quit weed originally, and the same reason that we all need to face our vices and face what's going on inside our mind, right? I'm using this to detach from reality. I'm using it to cope in a way. I'm using it to make me feel better. When I believe wholeheartedly, based on all the fucking evidence out there, that the way we feel better truly is by going inside and chasing some path of enlightenment. Whether it be, Christianity, Buddhism, fucking whatever you want to do. I personally am just someone who believes in universe, or some call it source. Good energy brings good energy. You do good things. I mean, there's science that shows that when you do good things for other people and you care, or you have gratitude, or you have love, it shows that like it's beneficial to our immune system, it's beneficial to our mind state, all these things, right? But when we drink, or when we fucking smoke a shit ton of weed, we're detaching ourselves from that. I've got a buddy of mine back from Atlanta that I've been keeping in contact with from an old job of mine, and he's further along this path. He used to drink probably about as much as I do, or have, whatever. But he's been off for like a year now, and he's going up his spiritual journey. Like, he's way further along. I talked to him the other day. I mean, he's still got some shit he's got to work through, but he would never be at the point he is now without doing this, right? So if that doesn't jive with you, if you're not on the spiritual train, that's fine. Although I think that you should at some point tap into that somehow, because I think that that's real. If you're a straight up atheist and you think that when you die, lights are out and it's over, then maybe whatever. Who gives a fuck? Go drink all day. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But even if you don't buy into that shit, the science still shows that when we do these things, when we drink, when we cover up, it's causing more problems for our mind state. It's causing more problems for our energy. And we don't get as much done, right? So however you look at it, there's benefit in detoxing from these vices, right? So I think the first step is that we have to be open to the idea that the way that we're operating is the reason that we aren't doing so well, right? So if we cast blame, well, I'd be better if this was this. I'd be better if my job was doing this, or my boss did this, and blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of ways to cast blame. But in reality, our future, our path is solely reliant on what we do with our mind and our body. So that being said, I figured out my way to get back on a path. When I quit weed initially and I first started this YouTube channel, I didn't know I was going to keep doing it. I originally did it just as an accountability tool to upload and track the progress of day by day quitting the weed and how it affected me every day, right? So if you go back, if you haven't seen it before, I have a 30-day detox playlist where it was day 1, I did a video, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then afterwards, I gained this newfound desire and passion and love for creating content, and I think it's a good way to hold me accountable. But what's happened recently, I've been shying away from it. I haven't been coming to my accountability tool, and I've been just kind of fucking off doing my thing. There's still good shit happening when I'm not uploading, right? I'm still doing certain things, but I think that when I drink a couple nights in a row or whatever, and it's like, I think last weekend I was planning on doing a video, and I was like, I don't feel good about myself, so all these things tie in everything I'm saying, right? So long story short story long, I have decided that, and this may make some of my viewers happy because I have had people say, man, what the fuck? Where's video? Where's video, man? Where's that? And believe me, I love it. That's great. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside that you guys actually engage with my content and actually like it. It humbles me a lot of times, and sometimes I don't even think about it, but then I get these comments and I'm like, man, I'm really like helping people. And it's like, even if one of you guys wanted to start your own channel, like, it really doesn't matter how many people follow you. Like, I'm not in it for the money. Sure, if down the road that happens and I make money off of, trying to help better myself and help other people better themselves simultaneously, sure, that'd be great. I'm not going to throw it away. But that's not the point. The point is, even if you help one person see a different way of themselves and help them grow in some way, there's benefit in that. And it makes you feel good on the inside. So, blah, blah, blah. Point is, I'm going to do the same thing again. And I'm going to call it Sober September instead of Sober October, right? And my realistic, or my hope is that going through this process, I will finally be able to quit cigarettes as well. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again, if I'm not drinking and I'm not smoking weed, I smoke considerably less cigarettes, and it's like 5 a day, maybe 6 if I don't drink or smoke weed. Versus if I drink and smoke weed, it could be like 22, 23. I don't know. Somewhere in that range, right? So it's a lot easier for me to quit those things, as I've done before, when I'm not doing the other two, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to do the day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 accountability tool again. And this time it's for both weed and alcohol. The primary thing that hurts me is alcohol, but I'm also not going to touch weed even if it comes in my circle. I have made the correction in the past few weeks of not getting any weed for myself, because I found that that's where the big problem is, because if I have it, I smoke it. But if someone is like, I got a neighbor down the way who, hey, smoke, well, you know what, that sounds good, and I do it, and then that's it, and I go back to my life, and then I go back to my beer, I guess. I don't know, whatever. So that's what we're going to fix, though. Regardless of who comes across, I'm not going to do any weed. I'm going to hold myself accountable, and the way I'm going to do that is by uploading a video every day. And we may see some more of those driving down the road car videos, and I'm just fucking blabbing. And I may not do as much editing and piecing things together. I might just be free flowing thought. Video might be 3 minutes, might be 10 minutes, might be 15 minutes. Who fucking knows? But I'm going to do it to hold myself accountable and be serious about this shit. Because regardless of what state of the world is in and what you think may happen in your future, I think that the ideal thing for me and for anyone is to, as long as you're making progress towards a point of enlightenment, whether you consider that being spiritual or just your own life, like reaching new levels and growing as a person, I think that's the purpose why we're here. I think that this is soul school for all of us, right? And so, say worst case scenario, shit's gonna hit the fan and it's not looking good for us. Oh God, right? You know, whatever. And fucking asteroid comes down. I'm sorry. It just wipes the shit out. But would you rather be closer to your spiritual enlightenment, to your some kind of achievement, some kind of growth at that point? Or would you rather just wither away and wait for the fucking final day and just drink and fuck off, right? So, in my opinion, every day that I drink and that I do these things, it's another day that I'm throwing in the trash that I could have been doing more shit, right? So, no more of that. I'm really going to stick to it this time. And you guys know me. I don't have the name Real Deal Feel for, like, just for shits and giggles. Like, I keep it real. There's some shit that I don't say on here. That doesn't mean that I'm not keeping it real. But when it comes to, like, weed and like, beer and, you know, drugs, which I don't do any drugs, but cigarettes, shit like that, like, I tell you guys everything, right? So if I'm doing a video every fucking day, it's, for me, I feel like shit if I'm like, I have to do the video and I'm gonna come, well, I fucked up, I had some beer. Like, I don't want that to happen. I want to be proud of my progress. I want my most loyal viewers to be proud of my progress. And I also want people to be inspired by it, which I think I did that a lot with the quitting weed 30-day thing. So fuck it. We're going to do this again. I did try quitting alcohol 30-day thing before, but I feel like I've grown a lot in terms of just as a person, and I'm ready to do this shit again, and no more woe is me, pandemic, it's fucking with my shit, this and that. I'm also going to be a lot busier with work, but I'll get into that at another point. So, I don't know. That's a lot of blah, blah, blah. So, if you're still here, then you're one of my people that's like my people. You know what I'm saying? Love that. Thank you for sticking with me. As the end of the video, I'm going to show you a painting that a friend of mine drew for me. Well, two paintings, right? The first one she was not that happy with, which I think it's amazing. But they're both of Karma, my dog that passed away at the beginning of the year. Separately, see, now we're at the end of the video where I can kind of rant a little more and like, who gives a shit? Because if people have tuned out, who cares? But my people that are still with me, right? So for a while there, I was thinking I was going to get another dog, and looking at dogs, looking at puppies. I even went to a shelter, and the one that I thought was perfect, they got adopted by like the person that was like 2 or 3 in front of me. And it just seemed like the universe kept like blocking me from getting a dog. And I think that I've figured out, as I'm reading this book called Letting Go, which is a great book, I think I figured out the main thing is that the universe is telling me, like, dude, you're by yourself. Fucking learn to love yourself. I don't mean in a pleasuring way, right? And I like who I am as a person, but like, I'm not in love with where I'm at mentally, I guess. I mean, I'm not like about to end it all or anything. Like, I want to make growth and I see future potential, blah, 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 whatever. But I think that a lot of us, whether it's relationships, dogs, cats, maybe plants maybe not so much, but you know, other beings that interact with you and show you affection, I feel like if we've always had that, it's tough to really know where we are with ourselves. And there's someone else that made that quote, and I'm going to paraphrase it and fuck it up, but it's something to the effect of, who we are when we are by ourselves is who we truly are, right? And even though I could come on here and make jokes and do a video that's relatively decent, have some insight, this and that, but who am I when I'm by myself, you know? And if that's not where it should be, But when someone else is around you, or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your dog comes around and now you're fine, I think that for me, I need to take advantage of the situation of being by myself to really grow spiritually and learn to love myself. And then everything unlocks. I will be getting another dog at some point. And if the right dog comes along prior to me going further in this journey, whatever, cool. But I'm not going to force it anymore. So anyhow, long rant shit. I think I'm going to start my 30-day thing through, I don't even know how many days are in September, but I'm going to start tomorrow and start doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shit. And so there's going to be a shit ton of videos coming in. If you get to check it out, cool. If not, like I said, main thing is accountability tool for me. And without further ado, I'm going to show you the painting that my friend made for me, or drew for me. Both paintings. First one is color. That's the one I really like. I like both of them, but she didn't like the color one because she said it didn't really capture Karma's like reality, which I get. But the one that's colored, it's on my wall right now. I'm gonna hang the other one up soon. I just don't know where yet. I found myself just straight up kissing this photo because it makes me feel like Karma's still with me. Anyhow, sappy shit, whatever. So here it is. Check it out. Thanks for sticking with me this time period, and I hope you guys are all doing well. One love, real deal out.